Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you're all doing very well this morning, and I'm sure you're all getting very excited for Christmas. It is coming so soon, but I hope you still remember that the real reason for Christmas is that Jesus came to save us. Always remember that. It's very, very, very important. Now, boys and girls, we're going to continue the story out of the book of Exodus. And if you remember last time, it was this woman and man, a husband and his wife, and they had a precious baby boy, but they were so scared because the Pharaoh was wanting to kill all the babies, the new king. So they hid the baby, but then after a while they couldn't anymore. So they put him in a basket, and that's where our story stopped last week. So we're going to continue from there. And as always, we're going to read out of the Bible, the Holy Bible, God's Word, God speaking to us. So please remember that as you listen, this isn't just anybody talking. This is God speaking to us. So let's listen very carefully. So we will read out of the book of Exodus. We will read Exodus 2, verses 5 to 10. And then we will read Exodus 2, verses 23 to 25. I will repeat it again. Exodus 2, verses 5 to 10. And then Exodus 2, verses 23 to 25. And I will remind you that we will read again out of the New International Reader's Version, which can be found on the YouVersion app. So let's listen very carefully, boys and girls, what's going to happen to this little baby. Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile River to take a bath. Her attendants were walking along the river bank. She saw the basket in the tall grass, so she sent her female slave to get it. When she opened it, Pharaoh's daughter saw the baby. He was crying. She felt sorry for him. "This is one of the Hebrew babies," she said. Then his sister spoke to Pharaoh's daughter. She asked, "Do you want me to go and get one of the Hebrew women? She could breastfeed the baby for you." "Yes, go," she answered. So the girl went and got the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this baby and feed him for me. I'll pay you." So the woman took the baby and fed him. When the child grew older, she took him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses. She said, "I pulled him out of the water." Now from Exodus 2, verses 23 to 25. After a long time, the king of Egypt died. The people of Israel groaned because they were slaves. They also cried out to God. Their cry for help went up to him. God heard their groans. He remembered his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So God looked on the Israelites with concern for them. So this is our story for today, boys and girls. And we see that God actually takes care of this baby Moses. He is not killed like the other Hebrew babies. Instead, actually, one of the Egyptian women finds this little baby in the basket, and she decides to take care of him. And what we will actually find out next time on Christmas Day is how God actually will use Moses to do something really, really, really special. And then if we look at the last little bit that we read, we hear of the Israelites groaning out to God, saying that they're suffering. They're being treated very badly. They're slaves. And then it says that God listens to them. God hears their cries. And if we listen to what God has done before, we can be sure that God will actually help them and that he will rescue them. If we think about him keeping his promises, making the people of Abram, the descendants of Abram, so many, there are so many Israelites now in Egypt. He's kept his promise about that. Will he not also keep his promise about protecting his people? Let's think about that before we come to next time's lesson with Christmas. So let's think about just a few questions. First question, how did God protect baby Moses? And then second question, did God remember his promise or his covenant? Covenant is a very big word for a very serious promise. So did God remember his promise or his covenant to Abram and his people? And then you'll see there is a lovely picture for you to color in about the Egyptian lady that picks up baby Moses out of the basket. So that's it for today, boys and girls. Hope you're excited for next time when we're hear how the story of Moses and how God will use him actually helps us to understand the Christmas story better. Well, I hope you have a lovely Sunday, and I will see you on Christmas Day. Yay! I hope you're excited. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.